This is AHA Business Radio, creating aha moments for business, by business, and about business, providing opportunities to discover information to help you run your business and guide your decision making. The more you know, the better decisions you make. Now, here's your host for AHA Business Radio, Allan Hirsh.
Keith, you have, what are there, half a dozen or a dozen different chambers really within the Baltimore County Chamber?
We're truly only successful by the growth of other chambers throughout the county because they really are the chambers that are dealing with the issues, whether it's Pikesville, Catonsville, or Dundalk, the issues in the town center. But you ask, how do we grow and how do we develop relationships? That is by constantly meeting people one-on-one, face-to-face. I'm a big subscriber of social media, but you eventually have to meet with people and figure out what do they need and what are they looking for and what kind of programs and services would work for them. But also we're lucky to have Leadership Baltimore County in our offices. We have the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, one of the first chambers to merge together with our chamber, and we have the Small Business Resource Center. So we really have a living mall in a sense where people can come together, get knowledge and information, and help grow and develop.
Jessica, Keith mentioned it. One of the events is your brown bag lunch, I think it is, which I attend. For the record, I'm a member of both the Baltimore County Chamber and the Pikesville Chamber, and endorse both of them. So, and have wonderful times at both of their events. Mm-hmm. But example, how many? You do this brown bag lunch the first Tuesday of, I think it's the first Tuesday of every month.
That's correct.
And how many people show up, and how does that work, and what kind of event networking goes on?
So, we tend to have about 40 to 50 people in attendance. As Keith said, it's getting to the point where we're trying to look for larger space, and Pikesville being a community with small to mid-sized businesses, they may not always have the room for 50 people, but we make any space work. So we do tend to have, 40 to 50 people in attendance. And it's a very informal setting. The first half of the room, everyone goes around the room, introduces themselves. They get about a 30-second commercial to talk about themselves. And then the second half is really working the room and making those connections. And it's really amazing to watch the connections happen. This past week we had our April Brown Bag. We had 3 people walk away as a chamber member. They weren't members when they walked in the room, but they walked away as chamber members because in a matter of an hour, they had a couple leads and they saw the value in chamber membership.
So this is one of the important things for either of you that happens at a chamber. The idea of bringing business owners or representatives of business together to help them each grow their own businesses by networking.
I think the key point that Jessica talked about in building those relationships, we say it is a dating service for business because it's bringing people together. We have our monthly breakfasts, we have our Hall of Fame, our teachers events, but it's also so many members call into myself and other staff members saying, I'm looking for somebody with this lead, or do you know a job of this nature? It's constantly getting referrals, emails from social media. We're really a clearinghouse for information. Mm-hmm. And people are constantly looking and you're going, oh, I know this person. Hey, why don't you check out my LinkedIn account and see who you know, and I'll do an introduction. So we really spend so much time behind the scenes, not just at an event, but fusing people together. And that's the stuff that people don't see every day, but that's the value of that chamber membership.
Yeah. One of the things that you just talked about a minute ago, Keith, was that personal relationships. Mm-hmm. One of the things, and I come from the old school, where you built relationships through people long before social media, long before you had the internet, and you built relationships by building trust and integrity by face-to-face meetings. And even in today with a world of social media, as you said, I think that's one of the most important things you need to build, which is why chambers are so important. It brings those business owners together face-to-face in a safe environment. So they can work with each other and help each other. And I assume that's part of what you all do and how you help to bring businesses together.
I mean, the relationships to me are the most important. As Keith said, behind the scenes, the phone calls we get, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z company. Can you help me? We're the referral base. I joke that, everyone jokes, Jessica knows everything, so call her, and that's really what the chamber is supposed to be. We're the eyes and ears of the community. Mm-hmm. And if we don't know it, shame on us.